Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and realized your dog is pressed right up against you, as if they can't let you go? At first, it feels sweet, even comforting, but what if I told you this simple habit hides something much deeper? Dogs don't do anything by accident. Every nudge, every breath, every quiet moment beside you carries a message. Some of those messages are about love. Some are about protection, and some may surprise you. So why does your dog really sleep pressed against you? Picture this. It's the end of a long day. You've brushed your teeth, turned off the lights, and finally settled into bed. Your dog circles once or twice, maybe sighs, then curls up right beside you. For many of us, this moment is one of the best parts of the day. It's simple, but it's also powerful, the kind of quiet bond only a dog and their person truly understand. But here's the thing, that closeness isn't just about comfort. It's not just that your dog likes the softness of your blanket or the warmth of your skin. There's a deeper meaning behind why they choose to be that close night after night, and many dog owners also notice another habit: their dog pressing against them so firmly that it feels almost clingy. Sometimes it even makes people wonder, are they too dependent on me? Is something wrong? If that sounds familiar, I explained the solution step by step in my last video, Why Your Dog Sleeps Pressed Against You Every Night. You can find the link right at the top corner, and I'll also leave it for you on the end screen. Tonight, though, we're going to explore another side of this story, because when your dog sleeps close, presses against you, or quietly breathes in sync with you, it's not just physical comfort, it's emotional language. A language most owners miss, and once you understand it, you'll never see those bedtime moments the same way again. Let's dig into the hidden reasons why your dog presses against you at night, and remember, it's not just one meaning. Each dog, each moment, tells a slightly different story. 1. Safety and security. Think back to when dogs were wild pack animals. Safety meant numbers. Sleeping close meant survival. That instinct is still alive in your dog today. Imagine this. A family adopts a rescue dog who spent months in a noisy shelter. On the very first night at home, instead of exploring the big soft bed they bought, the dog crawls right up against the new owner's chest and stays there all night. It's not because the bed wasn't comfortable. It was because pressed against a person felt safe, safer than anything else in the world. For your dog, your presence is their shield. When they press against you, they're saying, with you, I'm safe. 2. Bonding and affection. But safety isn't the only reason. Dogs are emotional creatures. Just like us, they crave connection. Think of a golden retriever that curls against its owner's legs every single night. No matter how hot the room is, it's not practical. It's not comfortable. But it's love. Dogs have learned that physical closeness is how bonds are strengthened. Here's something fascinating. Studies show that when a dog and owner lie close, both of their oxytocin levels, the love hormone, actually rise. It's the same chemical that bonds parents to children. So when your dog sleeps pressed against you, it's not just affection. It's biology, literally hardwiring that bond deeper. 3. Comfort and warmth. Of course, sometimes it's simpler. Dogs love warmth, and humans radiate it. But here's where it gets interesting. Dogs often seek warmth not just for their body but for emotional comfort. Picture this. It's a cold winter night. The house is silent. A little beagle burrows under the blanket and presses its back against the owner's stomach. At first, you think, okay, they're just cold. But notice the sigh, the slow breathing, and the way their body fully relaxes only when they're touching you. That's comfort. That's security wrapped in warmth. And it's funny, because owners will often joke about being trapped under their dog, unable to move an inch, but deep down, you know you wouldn't trade that moment for anything. 4. Protection and watchfulness. Now, here's where it gets even more fascinating. Sometimes dogs press against you not because they want protection, but because they're protecting you. Think of a German shepherd that insists on sleeping with its back against its owner, facing the bedroom door. That's no accident. In a pack, positioning matters. By placing themselves between you and what they see as the outside world, they're silently saying, rest easy. I've got this. Even smaller dogs, the ones people don't usually see as guard dogs, often do this. A tiny chihuahua might press so tightly against your side you can barely roll over, yet their ears perk up at the slightest sound. They may be small, but their message is big. I'm here to protect you. That instinct is powerful. It's loyalty in its purest form. 5. Routine and habit. Dogs are creatures of habit. If pressing against you once felt safe, warm, or loving, they'll do it again and again. Soon, it's not just a choice, it's a nightly ritual. I heard about one rescue lab who started sleeping pressed against her owner on the very first night. 3 years later, she still takes the exact same spot every night, same corner of the bed, same angle, same little sigh as she leans in. It's not just comfort anymore. It's a tradition. For dogs, traditions mean security, and if you've ever tried to move your dog's spot, you already know breaking that tradition isn't easy. So far, we've seen safety, bonding, comfort, protection, and routine. Each one is powerful, each one meaningful. But there's one more reason, the most emotional reason of all. It's the one that surprises even lifelong dog owners when they first learn it, the one that explains not just why your dog presses against you, but why do they press against you specifically, night after night, when they could sleep anywhere else. And once you hear it, you'll never look at those quiet bedtime moments the same way again. We've talked about safety, comfort, routine, and even love. But now comes the truth that hits the hardest, the reason that surprises even the most seasoned dog owners. Because when your dog presses against you at night, it isn't just about wanting something from you. It isn't only warmth or habit. It's also about them giving something back to you. Think about this for a second. When we fall asleep, we are at our most vulnerable. Our guard is down. We can't see, we can't react, and we don't know what's happening around us. Dogs know that. And even in their own sleep, their instincts as guardians never fully switch off. That's why some dogs press their back against you so they can face the door. That's why others drape a paw over your leg or curl against your chest as if forming a shield. It's protection. Silent, loyal, unwavering protection. There's a story I'll never forget about a rescue husky named Luna. Her owner had just gone through a painful breakup and was living alone for the first time in years. On those nights, when loneliness felt crushing, Luna would press so firmly against her that she could feel the dog's heartbeat thumping against her own. One night, a thunderstorm shook the house, lightning flashing through every window. The owner woke up, panicked, and realized Luna hadn't moved an inch. She was still pressed tightly against her, eyes half open, ears flicking with every sound. Even in her sleep, Luna was saying, "You don't need to be afraid. I'll stay awake for you." That's the hidden truth. Dogs don't just seek comfort when they press against us, they offer it. They're not just vulnerable companions, they're silent guardians. It's as if their instincts are whispering, "I'll keep watch while you rest." And here's where it gets even more moving. Scientists studying canine sleep patterns have noticed that dogs often remain semi-alert when sleeping near humans. Their ears twitch, their breathing changes with every noise. They don't allow themselves to sink into full deep sleep unless they feel the person beside them is safe. That means your dog may actually sacrifice their own rest just to make sure you can have yours. Think about that. In a world where loyalty is rare, your dog gives it freely, every single night, without asking for anything in return. You don't have to request it. You don't even have to notice it. They just do it. And the most surprising part, it's not only instinct, it's a choice. Your dog could sleep at the foot of the bed, on the couch, on the rug, but night after night, they choose you. Not the blanket, not the pillow, not the space you, because to them, you are home. That's why this habit is so much more than a quirk. It's a nightly vow, a promise that says, "You're my person, and as long as I'm here, you'll never sleep alone." It's one of the most powerful, silent forms of love any living creature can offer. And yet, most of us miss it, brushing it off as clingy or cute. But now you know. Now you see what your dog has been telling you all along, and here's the most beautiful twist. Sometimes, it's not just about you. Sometimes, when your dog presses against you in the quiet of the night, they're not only protecting you, they're also asking for protection themselves, because behind that loyalty, behind that instinct, there's a softer message. One that brings us to the final truth of this behavior, the part that explains what your dog really feels when they curl against you in the dark. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for caring enough to learn what your dog is really saying through their little habits. If this video gave you even one new insight about your pup, please tap the like button. It helps other dog lovers find these stories too. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Does your dog press against you at night? Or maybe they have a funny or touching bedtime routine. Share your stories, because when we swap experiences, we all become better dog parents together. And if this video made you think of a friend who loves their dog as much as you do, send it their way. You never know, it might be exactly what they needed to hear. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you want more hidden dog psychology insights. Every day, we uncover the secret language our dogs use to connect with us. Before we wrap up, let me mention this. One challenge many dog owners notice is when their pup insists on pressing tightly against them every single night. If you've seen this with your dog, I explained the solution in my last video, why your dog sleeps pressed against you every night. Don't miss it. Thanks again for watching, and give your dog an extra cuddle tonight. They've definitely earned it.